Hey guys, here's what we're going to be making today. It is this little toy train plush, and this one isn't necessarily a Christmas tutorial, but it kind of does remind me of Christmas time because it just seems like one of those things that little children will always get in their Christmas presents. So yeah, there is going to be a part 2 of this tutorial. I'm not going to tell you guys what's in the part 2 yet, so you will have to stay tuned to see that. But for now, I'm just going to get started by listing the materials that you will need. To make this plush, you will need felt in various colours. You will also need the template, which you can download in the video description, thread in the same colours as your felt, fabric scissors, a sewing needle, and some stuffing. First, we're going to cut out the pieces. Using your template, cut out one of this piece, two of this piece, one of this piece, one of this piece, and one of this piece. To make the little funnel that goes on top of the train, you're going to need to cut out these 3 pieces. So you can see I've cut out a rectangular piece, another rectangle that's the same length but it's slightly shorter, and a small circle piece. I'm going to be making 2 of these, so that's why I've cut out 2 of each piece. And for the wheels, I've just cut out 6 circle pieces. Now there's one more thing that we have to do before we start sewing, and that is taking your large arc-shaped piece and your smaller arc-shaped template. I'm just going to place the template on top and then using a coloured pencil trace around this shape. Once you've done that, use your fabric scissors to cut out the middle section and you should get something like this. Here is an overview of all the pieces you should have. If you like, you can pause the video here and use this picture as a reference for when you're cutting out your pieces. Now it's time to start sewing. We're going to start off by making these 2 little funnel pieces that go on top of the train. To do this, take your large rectangle piece and place the 2 ends together so that you form a cylinder, just like that. And then I'm just going to use a fell stitch to sew along this edge and secure that in place. Here is what that should look like. And now do the same thing with your smaller rectangle. Once you've done that, I'm going to flip this piece inside out. And then placing the circle piece on top, I'm just going to sew around this edge using a blanket stitch. Here is what that looks like. It's just kind of like a little cup shape. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this piece inside of this piece. Just like that. And then again using the blanket stitch, I'm going to sew along this edge. And then your little funnel is complete. Repeat this to make the other funnel. And now we're going to attach these pieces onto your rectangular pieces. So as you can see, I've just added a little bit of stuffing. And then placing this piece in the centre of my rectangular piece, I'm just going to use green thread to attach that in place. Here is what that looks like with both of the funnel pieces attached. And now we're going to start to assemble the pieces together. So take this piece that we've just made and also take your front piece. As you can see, I've added a little face, but that is of course optional. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece around the shape of the arc and secure that in place using a blanket stitch. Here is what that looks like. And now taking this piece that we cut out earlier, I'm going to place that on the back of the piece we just made. And again using the blanket stitch, I'm going to sew along this edge to secure that in place. Just like that. And now taking your other pieces, the larger pieces, we're basically just going to do the exact same thing. So form this rectangular piece so that it goes around the arc shape and sew a blanket stitch to attach those 2 pieces together. Like that. And then use the blanket stitch again to attach this piece onto this piece. Okay, so once you've done that, it should look something like this. As you can see, I have also attached the little wheels onto the bottom, just using a couple stitches on each wheel. And I've also added a little ribbon on the back, and that's so that if I like, I can add some more carriages. So finally, there's just one more thing we have to do. And that is taking your base piece, we're going to put this piece on top. And then again, using the blanket stitch, simply sew all the way around the edge to secure that in place. Before you sew all the way around, don't forget to add some stuffing. and sew up the gap. And then once you've done that, then we are finished. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you do make this plush, then I would love to see a video response. And thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.